All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, this is a review. If you saw the title of the video and maybe you guys are interested in this product, it is not going to be an e-bike review like we normally do on this channel. I've been doing tons of e-bike reviews. I actually started this channel doing skateboard reviews, and that's what we're going back to. So there's a company called Meepo. They sent us their V5. This is their brand new version of their electric skateboard. They did send us the extended range, so I think we could get up to about 20 miles of range on the skateboard. It's pretty cheap for the price, has a carrying handle, looks pretty nice. We're gonna get it unboxed, so we'll check it out in a second. Then we'll go out to our local park and then see how fun it is, and I'll see if I can recommend it to you at the end of this video. So let's get into it right now. Let's open this box, check it out. All right, so I'm gonna do this one-handed the best way I can because I do not have a filmer. It's me and me only. Now, opening the box, the skateboard is right in front of you. You got some nice colors to it. I wish that the screws would have been underneath the grip tape, but this is a pretty cheap skateboard at the end of the day. It's not very expensive for what you're getting. You can also notice you have a carrying handle right here, which we'll actually have to test out later because I don't think the skateboard's very heavy. If you get the extended range, I believe it's 2 pounds more heavier than the non-extended range, but you're looking at like 17 pounds and 19 pounds. I don't think that's too bad. And you do have an up arrow on this front right here. So let me pull up the skateboard and let's see what's under here. Now that we got the skateboard removed, this is everything that comes in the box. Now you got on this side, this is gonna be a charging cable to charge the remote. This is going to be one part of the charger, and then your charger is gonna be right in here. I like the fact that it does say Meepo on it. That's super nice, so that if you have multiple vehicles like I do, then you'll know exactly what your charger is for. Sometimes they get mixed up, so I like that. Now let's see what amps this charges at. 3 amps is what it says, so that's actually not bad at all. This is gonna be a fast charger for this because it's not a very big battery on these skateboards. You're looking at about 144 watt hours on the non-extended range, then you're looking at 288 watt hours on the extended range, which we have. So that should charge it pretty fast. Moving on over here, we got our remote. This looks like a pretty standard remote. I will say off the bat, I'm not a big fan that it doesn't say your mile per hour or have any type of digital screen on here. That would have been very nice. And over here, we got our T-tool. You're gonna need this to take off your wheels and all that kind of stuff. And then over here, we have our manual, just in case you're new to the skateboard world and you wanna check out some of this stuff in here to kind of learn about it. So that's pretty much it on that. So let's check out the skateboard really quick before we go to our local park. Oh, this handle's already coming in handy. This thing is actually light, like super light. All right, so let's check this thing out. All right, now that we have the skateboard out of the box, I will say after getting a better look at it, I do like these deck guards. I don't know exactly the term for them, but they have them on the front, which is super nice. You also have them on the back, which actually it's vice versa. This is the front, the other side's the back. But regardless, you have it just in case your skateboard takes off and it hits anything. That's gonna save your deck from getting cracked. So the wheels on this thing are 90 millimeters and they're 86A. These are also 500 watt motors each, and it has a top speed of about 28 miles per hour. This is not belt. These are a hub motor, so it's gonna be very quiet, which we'll do a speed test later. On the bushings right here, you got 92A on both sides. You have a very nice clean layout under here. This is gonna be the ESC on this side. You got the logo right in the middle. And then this is where you're gonna have your battery off to this side. This is where you're going to turn the skateboard on. It's also gonna have a little battery indicator right there. And on this side is where you're actually gonna charge the skateboard with the charger. And the front bushings, even though you can't see them, those are also 92A as well. So now that you guys have seen how the skateboard looks, now I'm gonna get my GoPro, grab my gear, and I'll see you at my local park in a second. All right guys, so we are at the local park now, and I've only rode it maybe half a mile so far. So my first impressions are, it's a little rough, but then again, it's been a long time since I've been on an electric skateboard. The only thing I will say is I'm 160 pounds, and the board right out of the box feels very loose. So thank God I brought the T-tool, so I'm gonna pull over here and tighten them up, just so I can get a little bit of a stable ride when we try to do this top speed run real quick. And if you wanna know what I'm talking about before I tighten them, I mean, to me that's pretty loose, especially if you're gonna ride high speed, so let's tighten those. As I'm tightening these, I think I'm gonna do maybe like 3 turns each. I already did that one twice, so that's the third one. I'll do this one 3 times. I'm noticing that these nuts are not on the inside like most skateboards are, they're on the outside, and these are like a 45-degree angle truck. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to. This one actually feels a little bit looser than the front, so let's see if that works. All right, so this feels a lot better. Very comfortable now. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off the skateboard. Very windy day out here, by the way. Very beautiful though. This is the view I'm looking at right now, if you guys can see that. It is gonna rain soon, so we gotta hurry up and finish this. The one thing is I can't tell what my speed is because there's no LCD on here, so I don't know how fast I'm going, and I can't hold my phone and this at the same time, but we can GPS it by me turning on my phone. I think that's the best way we're gonna be able to do it. All right, so let's try this top speed run out real quick. Full throttle right now in the highest mode. Very nice and gradual to get up to speed, very comfortable. I'm not feeling any like craziness to it. All right, so I'm looking at my phone right now, if you guys can see that. We did 24.5, almost 25 miles per hour. The back still needs to be tightened up just ever so slightly because I can feel the back like fishtailing ever so slightly, kind of, you know, going back and forth. So it could be my foot placement, it could be my weight, it just could be that it needs to be tightened up. So I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit more and get back on the way. All right, so I have tightened the back as tight as they would actually go. I cannot get the skateboard any tighter in the back. So I feel like I'm just gonna keep it at about 24, 25 max because I am not trying to eat crap today and fall like last time. Even with the board being super tight, I wonder how easy it is to come around this stuff. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, it's actually better than most skateboards that I've had. All right, so now that we're on this nice straightaway road right here, no one's on it, no one's walking, no one's riding their bike, no one has their dogs. I've been running into a lot of people. We're gonna do some braking tests over here. I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm also gonna do some flyby tests. I also wanna do a 0 to 25 mile per hour, and I just wanna see how it is. I'll put the camera behind the skateboard so you guys can check that out. So 1, 2, 3, go. This is full throttle. In the highest mode you can go up to. Very nice and gradual to get up to speed. Not too torquey, but just enough to be safe. Beginners could get on the skateboard and have no issues. All right, so now let's do some flyby tests so you can hear how the skateboard sounds. Now that you guys have heard how quiet this skateboard is compared to a belt-driven skateboard and how nice and smooth it looks on the road, you're not gonna be bothering anybody out here. Now let's get on to the braking test. Now I'm not gonna be going super fast for this test. We'll probably be doing about 15 miles an hour or so. We'll slam on the brakes, we'll kind of get a feel for them. So I'll do that right now. 1, 2, 3, go. Woo! Oh yeah, oh yeah. These things definitely be braking. Let's do that one more time. All right, we're moving pretty good. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Woo! Woohoo! Now, I like the fact that these wheels do not lock up and slide, but it definitely stops you good enough to be safe out there if someone pulls out in front of you in a car or anything like that. That's actually pretty nice braking for this type of skateboard. Now let me show you the flex of this deck, get an idea. This is why it's gonna be a little bit more comfortable compared to your carbon fiber decks or any other decks out there in the market. It's not as flexible as some that I've been on, but it definitely feels decently comfortable. It's just the wheels that make it feel a little bit rough, but you could always switch those out if you want to. And here's how it looks when you wanna hold the skateboard and bring it somewhere. Like I said earlier in the video, this thing is like absolutely light. Let me put this remote down so you guys can tell. This thing is like, it weighs nothing. I mean, it's 19 pounds for the extended range, but that feels absolutely like nothing. So I found this little hill while riding, and I really want to see how the skateboard's gonna do. Now, the website says it could do up to 18% inclines. I don't actually know what this is, so I can't fully tell you if it's gonna go up 18% grade hill or not, but this is definitely one of the steepest hills I have in this area. So we're gonna hit it. We're just gonna see how the motors work, and I just wanna see what the performance is like if you lived in a hilly area. Again, we're in our highest power mode. Hey, bunny. Come back, bunny. He's so cute. We're in the highest power mode, and I'm coming up, and it is, it's not bad. It's a little bit windy. We're not going as fast as we would if we were on flat ground. Now the skateboard is starting to pick up some speed, but it was able to do it, no problems whatsoever. I didn't hear like anything struggling in the back of the motors. It didn't feel like it was cutting a lot of speed. So that did not feel bad. But keep in mind, if you are heavier than me, which I'm 160 pounds, this skateboard is able to hold up to 330 pounds, which is very impressive, but it's gonna go slower and you're gonna get less range. So you might not be getting that 20 miles of range. You're probably over 200 pounds or maybe 250 pounds. So I would highly suggest this to someone that's probably under 200 pounds, because even with the extended range of the skateboard, 20 miles is not a lot when you think about it, depending on where you're going. If you're just riding around campus, school, something like that, you'll be perfectly fine with a non-extended range. Or if you're heavier, you can get the extended range and you'll be perfectly fine. But I would just highly recommend this for people that are under 200 pounds. Range anxiety is a true thing on electric vehicles, and I feel like that's not a lot of range, even though it's extended version. We're coming up to some windy road right here. I'll slow down a little bit because there are some rocks on the path. It feels nice and stable, but I will say that the back is ever so slightly just wanting to move out from me. Like it just kind of wants to wobble back and forth, and I don't like that feeling. Like it feels great, but when I get to a certain speed, like 24, 25 miles an hour, it just kind of has a little wobble, and those things are maxed out. So I'm thinking you might have to replace the bushings in there if you want something a little bit more stiffer. Like maybe go to like a 95, 96A, something like that. That's probably what I would personally do. All right, we're gonna be coming up to a bridge. I just wanna see how these wheels are gonna feel. Oh, it's rough. Definitely rough. I'm feeling all the vibrations in my feet. Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, that is rough. But the good thing is you guys can swap these wheels out for whatever you want. They are hub motors, so they're not as easy as a belt-driven skateboard, but you could still do it. Here's another hill. It's pretty steep. I'm full out, I'm maxed out. I can't go any faster than what this will do. And on this hill, I feel like, yeah, it's struggling ever so slightly. Like we're still getting up the hill no matter what. Ooh, and the sun came out. Oh, nice and beautiful out here. All right, so I feel like we went over most of the stuff on the skateboard. Now let's go sit and go talk about it and give you my final thoughts. All right, so unfortunately, I couldn't find anywhere to stop on one of the benches. There are so many people out because it's a nice, beautiful day. It's not raining today. It actually did rain earlier this morning. But anyways, I'm gonna go to another spot. We'll probably just sit on the ground, or I'll just probably say it while I'm riding. Give me one sec. All right, so I just had to pull off to the side on the little sidewalk right here. So unfortunately, I wish I was in front of the camera, but I wanna show some stuff on this board that I liked and disliked. So I like the design of it. I like that it's nice, clean looking. It's like nice and sleek. It's not too crazy out there. Very minimal like logos. I like the fact that it's just one little logo right there. You do have a little arrow up here. I do love that they have guards on the deck themselves, because just in case you run it into anything, whatever happens, it won't crack your deck. Now, it's not going to save every single accident, but it's definitely gonna help. The wheels on the front look super nice. The hub motors are very quiet. You're not gonna hear anything from them. It's good, decent power. It's not insanely fast whatsoever. It's not gonna blow your socks off, but it's also not one of the slowest skateboards I've ever been on. And I do like how it looks underneath, and you are gonna get decent range out of it as well. It does say that we are down 1 battery bar, and I think I did 6 miles on the skateboard so far, so that's not too bad for being down 1 battery bar. The things I don't like about it, however, is this remote. I don't like that there's no indicator on here, so I don't actually know the miles that I traveled. I actually had to record it myself using my phone and GPS. I do like that it does have like battery indicators right here to let you guys know, so you don't have to flip over the board to check it out. So that's probably the worst thing that I do not like about the skateboard. The braking, all that kind of stuff was good on it. The speed was good. Another con I had about it was just the rear felt like it was just going back and forth more than the front was, and I was trying to position my feet as much as possible, and it just didn't do anything to me. Another good thing though that I forgot to mention is the handle and the board being very light. This is a very compact board to kind of move around and do some stuff with, and carrying it should not be an issue. So I can recommend this skateboard to you guys. Like, yeah, it's not the best skateboard I've been on, but for the price, it's not too bad. So if you don't get the extended range, you're looking at like $469. If you do get the extended range model, you're looking at $599. You guys can save with the links down in the description with the discount code. But I will say overall, it's not bad. I wish it was priced ever so slightly cheaper, maybe like 500 to 550 bucks for the extended range version, but it does have some cool features on it. Thanks for watching. I did not fall, I did not eat shit. So I will see you in the next one when we start getting on our other stuff. So peace out, guys. You guys are true MVPs.